Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talk So Tina, where we are pursuing our most true and authentic self by what? Uncovering our roots. In the spirit of getting straight to the point, because we're just gonna dive right into it. Today's topic is be aware of your uns and not dismissive. And if you've watched previous Talks with Tina's, I had the opportunity to speak at a conference back in November, and I kind of briefly spoke about uns. And what I mean by uns is the little two-letter forward that we usually use in front of words, and like unappreciated, unhappy, unsatisfied, unqualified, all of the above. And this thought was brought back to my brain because I feel like I can so easily be tied into my uns that it overtakes the word that's behind it, that follows it. So if I say I'm unqualified, well, sweetheart, if you're here, then somehow you're qualified. I'm undeserving. If there's something that has presented itself to me, well, quite literally, I'm deserving of it. I'm unworthy. If I am feeling that way about something, or something is presented to me in a way that makes me feel unworthy, well then by golly, I am worthy of it. So I kind of had to journal this topic out because like it's a heavy one. It's a thought-provoking one. It's not a topic that people often like to address, and I feel like when you begin to address them, as the topic says, be aware of them and not dismissive, then you'll begin to address and confront what your uns are without dismissing when they are present, without the un in front of it. And what I mean by that, again, it's just like I said, if you take the un off of it, why do you not have that same feeling towards the word when it doesn't have un in front of it? And so when I was journaling, I had this prompt that said that I was initially going to write about, but end up writing about this instead. And it was, how do you win the battle on a lost journey? And that just provoked all of the uns. And quite frankly, I feel like you win the battle on a lost journey with your uns. Your uns equip you for the battle ahead, and then because they're innate to you, because we feel unworthy all the time. If we're in a battle, then we feel unqualified. If we're on a lost journey, then I feel unequipped for these things. But what do you do when you win that battle with the very things that you feel were at your disadvantage? I don't know about y'all, but I felt glory on that. And so that's kind of where I come to that. So how do we full circle? How do we make sense to your life? Why is it that we are so quick to embrace the uns and dismiss or question the good that comes beyond the uns? So if I'm unworthy, why am I so quick to question why I'm worthy of receiving something? If I feel unlovable, why am I so quick to embrace that I am unlovable and dwell in the unlovable, but not embrace the lovable part? I feel like, oh yeah, I'm getting gangster with y'all, but I feel like it becomes so easy for us to be dismissive to the very same things that we once were so intimate about, the one things that we prayed our way out of, the one things that we sat here and cried ourselves out of. But when it becomes present to us, we don't know what to do with it. And with doing that, we shy away from the very same things that we cried ourselves to sleep about, that we sat here and begged and pleaded to whomever to make me feel. So why am I so quick to question what I beg to feel? But what I am feeling, I'm quick to say this is all that I need. I don't need to feel unloved. I don't need to feel unworthy. I don't need to feel whatever, unattached. But why is it that we question when those things don't have un in front of it? Why don't you feel lovable? Why don't you feel qualified? Why don't you feel worthy? And I think when you detach yourself from the uns and start to embrace the word in itself, then you will start to realize a lot about yourself. you're qualified for these things. You're worthy of all things. And it's all about a choice too, and what you speak over yourself. Like, I've become a firm believer in choices. You have a choice. My back can be up against the wall, but guess what? No one's pinning me there and holding me. I have a choice to literally walk forward. When you feel like life is taking a turn for the worse, literally make a choice. And I know that's easier said than done, but when you do it, then you know it's possible. So I feel like when we take the uns off of stuff, when we are not so quick to dismiss the uns, dismiss the word not affiliated with the uns, then you now have that choice to believe what is present to you, because these things are all present to us. It just is not presented in the way in which we want it to be. Because when you say I'm unlovable to the person that I'm forcing myself on. I'm unworthy of the things that I only desire in a certain aspect. You know, like certain things like that. Because when you say I'm unlovable, you have 10 people on this side who are giving you their all, but it's not from the person that you want. When you say I am unqualified for the position that I am desiring for, yet there's somebody who is willing to risk it all on me that knows I'm qualified for a position. When you say I'm unequipped, I don't carry what I feel like I need, but I also have just enough to what somebody else is feeling like they are longing for. I have just enough. I am more than equipped to do what is necessary. You have a choice, but we isolate in what we don't have, that it makes our uns more present than the word that follows behind it. I don't know about y'all again, but I feel glory on that too. So again, how do we full circle this and how do we make sense to your life? You have a choice. You can stay dwelling in the un, or you can remove the un and live in the word that follows behind it. So I no longer want to be unworthy. I am choosing to be on the side of worthy. I don't longer want to feel unloved. I am choosing to be on the side of love because I know it exists for me. I've seen it, I've acknowledged it, and so I am not so quick to question the good and honor the bad. And I think when you make that choice in your life, you will find more peace, because there is no peace in the down. There's no peace in the un. There's questions, there's anxiety, there's nothing. But when you start to embrace the things that follow the un, you begin to see that it's possible for you. So I guess, how do we full circle it? It's possible for you. It's possible for you to follow after un. If that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. But all of the words that follow un, you are capable of receiving. So receive that and embrace that just as well as you embrace the un. And quite frankly, I think that's the chat. Bye, friends.